Most of them. No. You can't just come into the video and stare at my character like that. What do you think this is? Nah, man. Guys, there's rules to this. You gotta like the video. And if you're new, if you don't know who I am, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. It's that simple. There's rules to this channel, you know. You can't just come around here. We're different around here. You know that, right? Okay, well, yeah, make sure you've done it. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, John. Thank you, Harry. Yeah, thank you, Graham. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you guys, man. Listen, appreciate all the support on the channel. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. Yes, today we're going into a nice, juicy build. But for real, man, I do appreciate you guys. Let's get this video to what? 150 likes, and I'll drop another build again the day after. Do you want to do that for me, guys? Okay, I'll do it for you if you do it for me. So, listen, without further ado, man, I know I talk too much in my intro. Some of you do get annoyed at me, but listen, I got to entertain the community. This build here is very nice for PvP in the dark zone. Straight up, if you want an armor regen build, this is a sort of template you should go towards, but I know some of you guys might want to change it up in your own playstyle, use different talents, use different attributes. That's fine, but this is the way my template is. So the way I make my builds is all for me, not for, you know, you guys to copy, but feel free to copy, change it up, do whatever you want to do, man. But listen, we've got 1.8 million armor on this build. We're really tanky, and at the same time, we're still going to be able to hit hard, so don't worry about that. But let's just get into our guns and why we're using them. So, the Lady Death. This gun did get a slight nerf in PvP. It was 75%, but now I think it's 50% in PvP. I might be wrong, but just let me know in the comment section. So the amplifying damage, I think it is 50% now in PvP. I don't know if they've actually nerfed it yet or if it's still bugged. Like, I don't know, because it still says 75% there, but yeah. When you get a kill, movement is increased by 20%, which is nice. And the way to get amplified damage is by just, you know, keep moving. Stay on the move and you'll see a little bar, and it's going to go up to 32 stacks in total, which means, you know, you're getting that amplified damage of 50% if this gun has been nerfed. So Lady Death is really nice. We've got 50k damage on here. Attributes is decent. I'll take that. But yeah, man, let's get into our second gun, the FAMAS. This roll is really nice. I did get this yesterday, so yeah, man, thanks to my RNG. 61k damage. Attributes on here, 15% AR damage, 21% health damage, 8% crit chance. Now, talents on here, what are we using? In sync. Some of you must be like, what does this talent do? Some of you might be new to the game, so let me just explain this to you guys now. Hitting an enemy grants 15% skill damage for 5 seconds, okay? Using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 15% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. So all you got to do with this talent, in my opinion, in PvP, is use a shield and use this gun with this talent. Both talents are going to be proccing. It's going to be doubled, which means you're going to be getting way more damage than you would without using this talent. So I know this is kind of cheesy using a shield and all that. A lot of people do complain about it right now in the game. Personally, I'm not a shield guy. I don't rely on a shield, I don't rely on medkits, but if you want to make a build towards something that's, you know, tanky, you want to still be able to get some sort of damage out of it. So this is the way I would go with a build like this. But I'm maining the Lady Death because that's just my playstyle. I like to move fast, I like to strafe, I like to use SMGs. So that's the weapons. Let's get straight into the gear pieces. So as you can see, we're running 2-piece Golem, 2-piece Bellstone Armory, 1-piece Yao, and 1-piece Murakami. So what have we got on our masks? So for our mask, we've got Golem. What does Golem give us? You guys must know this by now. 10% status effects and 1% armor regen for 2 pieces. Core attributes, what have we got? Armor. Attributes on the bottom, armor regen, crit damage, and a crit damage mod slot. This is why I like TU11 now. I like this patch. Shall I tell you why? You couldn't put any mod slot. Now I can put red mod slots on a piece that required to use utility. Look, I can use armor on kill, shot resistance, burn resistance, utilities. I can change it up. But listen, I'm going for crit damage because across this whole build, what are we doing? Armor, armor regen, and crits. That's the way I wanted to go with this build. I did want to change it up. Still want to be able to do some sort of damage for me to get players down, because that's what PvP is, right? So this mask, I'm really happy with it. Armor regen, crit damage. Damn, let's get it, man. Let's get it. So what we got on the chest piece? This chest piece can be improved. I know for sure. Trust me. I know for sure I can get a better chest than this, but I just bought this from the vendor as soon as I came on for TU11. 2 pieces of Bellstone Armory. What does it give you? 1% armor regen and 10% armor on kill. I did release an armor on kill build yesterday, so if you want to check that out, make sure you go to the top right hand of the screen right now. White bar, click on that. It's going to take you straight to the build video. Give it a like, enjoy it. But listen, core attribute, armor. Attributes, we have armor regen, crit damage, crit damage. I am loving these mod slots you can use now. So the talents on the chest piece, perfectly efficient. This is new. This wasn't in TU10. This is new to TU11. Using an armor kit has a 75%, not 50, 75% chance to not consume the armor kit. And it does work well with the firewall specialization, because that specialization gives you a perk which increases the healing of your med kit by 200%. And that's why on the talent here, it's a specialization armor kit. Bonuses are increased by 100%. So whatever the armor kit does on that specialization, this talent enables it to be increased by 100%. So you gotta take that into consideration. A talent like this might be for you, and it's definitely for me. So, holster. Y'all, holster. 10% has a protection. Yeah, that's what we get for 1 piece. Now, the only reason why I wanted to go with this is because I feel like if you want to switch your build around and you want to go towards hazard protection, you want to make sure you have at least 1 YAR on your build, right? So for me, when I made this build, I was going towards all hazard protection instead of crit chance and crit damage. I was going armor regen and hazard protection. So this is why I mainly have this piece on here. So if I want to change my build around and recalibrate things, I just literally have to change armor regen and put my hazard protection there. So yeah, I can use a Seska holster if I like to. I think I got one here, of course. You know, I can use this one, put armor regen there instead of hazard protection. I can change things around, so I know I'm gonna be able to get an extra 10% critical hit chance, but I just want to be a little bit more tanky and still have an option if I want to change my build around. So that's why I have that YAR holster there. But for you guys, I would suggest you using a Seska or a Grupo to get that extra 15% critical hit damage or extra 10% critical hit chance. Armor, crit chance, and armor regen. I'm happy with that. So let's get into the knee pad. Murakami knee pad. Armor regen, it's a named knee pad. Emperor's Guard, I got this in a DZ. Yes, I did. What does it give you though for 1 piece? 20% skill duration. We're not bothered about that. We're just so focused on this named attribute, which is the 1% armor regen. Focusing on that across this whole build, so it's really important that we use this knee pad. And for the bottom attribute, we have more armor regen. Now, in my opinion, I'd like to farm for another Emperor's Guard and get critical hit chance there just to increase my crits. So yeah, I would do that. I would prefer that as well. But let's get into the glove. We have the Bellstone Armory glove, armor on top, armor regen, crit damage. You guys get the idea now. You know where we're heading to. You know the flow. You know why I'm using these attributes. For the backpack, we got a golden piece, armor on top, hazard protection, armor regen. You can tell that I was trying to build towards hazard protection because most of my things on my build have been recalibrated for crit damage. So there, as you can see, that was hazard protection. As you can see here, the crit damage was hazard protection. And of course here, armor regen was hazard protection. So that's why, you know, you can see a lot of things around the build that I've been recalibrating. So on this backpack, I've got 9% hazard protection. So I was happy with that. But right now for this build, I would rather have crit damage there now. But we got armor regen and we got a crit damage mod slot. So running Adrenaline Rush. The reason why I'm running Adrenaline Rush is because whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. Now, the cooldown is 5 seconds. For me, I didn't want to run Intimidate. And the reason why I say that is because we've been running Intimidate and an Adrenaline Rush for a long time. I just wanted to switch things up a little bit. The reason why I'm still running Adrenaline Rush, I'm getting a lot of armor regen. So when I'm getting that armor regen, I'm going to be getting bonus armor as well, which means survivability, right? So that's why I've gone with this talent. I know I'm not going to be proccing any damage off of this talent, but at least I can still be able to survive with that more blue bar, put my efficient kit, do a lot of things, run around, strafe, move around. That's what it's about with this build. In my opinion, if you are a player that likes to move around a lot and strafe, knows when to reload, knows when to focus, knows when to pop your kits, this build is for you. Because armor regen, if you're strafing, you're moving around, that armor will not stop regenning. I tell you that now. You watch the gameplay. I know I didn't get a lot of gameplay, but listen guys, I'm going to be dropping loads of gameplay vids with all of my PvP builds, so watch out for that. You'll love it. But for the skills, we're running the shield, of course, for the instinct. And for the second skill, we're running the decoy. So when I put that down in the DZ and I run around to pop a kit, they might get a little bit confused. And, you know, that's just why I like to use the decoy. It's just nice with a build like this. But let's get into the actual stats. So as you can see, I got 42% critical hit chance. In my opinion, it's not enough. Especially for an SMG, you want at least 50%. 50% is the minimum. 50% minimum you want to have, you know, on a build like this, especially with an SMG. So that's why I said if you want, you can go towards using a Seska holster. As I said before, I can change my build into hazard protection whenever I want. But yeah, you guys, I would suggest using Grupo or a Seska piece just to get that crit damage and crit chance up. 42% and 120% critical hit damage there. I'm happy with that. You know, I'll take that. Very nice, especially with a build that's really, you know, this tank. For the armor regen, we're sitting at 81k, which is really nice. I'm happy with that. Armor on kill, you know, we're not really going towards that, but we got 178k. And for the hazard protection, we're sitting at 30%. So, you know, I'll take that. At least it's something. I know it's not going to really do much, but especially in the DZ, you just want a little something there to help you. Every little helps, right? But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. I got so many builds coming for you guys. I just want to make sure that I get my builds out and my templates out for you guys in time, instead of me, you know, trying to get everything perfect when I can just literally present the build I have so far and tell you what I would improve, so you guys can go do that yourself if that's what you want to do. Appreciate all the support, man. Seriously, gameplay coming. My series will be returning. Addiction Reacts will be returning, and builds for sub. But yeah, it's been Division Addiction. Hope you enjoyed today's video. As I said, gameplay is coming. Have a good day. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.